Hello! My classes have just ended and I'm celebrating by taking a trip to everyone's favorite place, Gastonia, North Carolina. The least used Amtrak station in North Carolina. But I'm not getting there in some boring way. Well, I am. It's just the train. But I'm getting there in luxury because I did a poor bid to get on to a sleeper car. So that's why I'm here 80 minutes early. I need to take advantage of my lounge privileges. I get there at 3:22 a.m. so it's like the limited sleep I get will be in comfort, I guess. Okay, so this is the Metropolitan Lounge that way. While I'm here, here's the big transportation sculpture. It's basically the history of transportation in like the late 1800s. All right, so I'm gonna push the buzzer. Kind of small, but there's seems to be some business centers. There's a TV, free snacks and drinks and coffee. No free newspapers like Boston, sadly, but this is very nice. We gotta test out the bathroom, of course. Very important. Ooh, oh, this is nice. Look at the fancy sinks where it's water, soap, and dry. Wow. Something else I'm curious about. Can you change the channel? Oh yeah. Okay, you can go to the guide. Okay. Here's the business center. So, oh, I'm moving the mouse, but it doesn't seem to work. So the mouse can click, but it can't actually move. And it wouldn't matter anyway because there's no internet connection here. So they just boarded a train to New York through this elevator. They actually have direct elevators to every track from the lounge. We're gonna try the other business center. This mouse does work. Okay, perfect. Let's see if it's connected to the internet. It is. Okay, we're gonna test out the printer. Let's see if this works. Print out the ticket. The printer's not plugged in, and I don't see any outlets where it could be plugged in. So, okay. Well, we've come down to the platform, you know, 13 minutes early. All the priority boarding gets you is like 5 extra minutes on the cold, empty platform. I'd kind of rather be in the lounge right now. The train's coming. Hey, it's like 10 minutes early. 7. Yay. Here's the dinner menu. I'm upset because last time I did this, there was no breakfast. And I would love some railroad French toast, but I'm getting off the train at 3:22 a.m., so I don't think I get breakfast. All right, we are off. This is exciting, my own room. I can talk as loud as I want. This is lovely. The following 12 hours will be all to myself. I haven't been on that many sleepers, but I've certainly never done one on sort of a high-speed part of the Northeast Corridor, which is kind of cool. All right, here we are at our first stop, Wilmington. It's nice to be isolated from, you know, everyone else. I feel a little elitist, but hey, it was a poor bid. So, how elitist can it really be? I think we're stopped at Baltimore. I had the lights off in here for a bit to try to savor the rest of the daylight, but it's mostly dark now, and I've gotten my dinner, so I'm very excited to dig into that. All right, we've just arrived in DC. We are 10 minutes early, so we're here for 40 minutes. It's just a million VRE trains all of a sudden. It's also 6:35 and we haven't left yet, which is actually okay. If we get to Gastonia late, that means I get to sleep longer and I have to spend less time in Gastonia in the middle of the night. I think we're moving. Yeah, okay, we're moving. We left. About 5 minutes late. There's one piece of pasta. I'm doing a live stream. Woo! We're just stuck outside of DC. Oh, I need context with the video. We're stuck outside of DC. We have not moved in the 50 minutes this live stream's been going on. Everyone's saying hi. Jules says butts. So we're just stuck here. I'm entertained by my fans. Thank you, fans, for entertaining me. We're gonna back up to DC. We're having engine issues now, so we're gonna back up to DC, change the engine at Union Station. Thank goodness we broke down so close by. I'm glad we're late. We'll get to Gastonia later. I'll get to sleep more. Heck yeah. It's currently 8:13, by the way. We were supposed to leave DC at 6:30. The second locomotive has coupled up, so we should hopefully be moving soon. This live stream's been going on for like 2 hours almost, an hour 46 minutes. We're leaving DC at 9:05, 2 hours and 35 minutes late. Got the bed all nice and laid out. We have just been stopping and starting since leaving DC, so probably getting progressively later and later. But I'm so glad I did the poor bed, because now I'll be able to sleep for a reasonable amount of time in this nice bed and probably wake up at a somewhat normal time. Wait, we're not just stopping and starting, we're back in DC. What? Oh my god. I need to just get to bed. A new locomotive is coming. I guess the other one crapped out too. 10:22 p.m. 3 hours and 52 minutes late. We are moving and in the correct direction this time. Also, I want to point out, like, as much as I'm complaining, I'm so happy I'm in this bedroom to myself. I'm like lying in this dark room. Like, this is absolutely lovely. Like, this poor bed was the best poor bed that I've ever done in my life. We're crossing the Potomac. We are officially out of DC and into Virginia. I'm gonna eat this second bag of pretzels that I got from the lounge and then head to bed. So, see you in the morning whenever we arrive in Gastonia. So I set an alarm for 6 a.m. and I woke up and we were stopped here at Charlotte, and then I snoozed it, and now we're still stopped here at Charlotte. Okay, it's 6:16 and we're departing Charlotte. Ooh, we're supposed to leave at 2:55 a.m. The one thing is that breakfast starts at 6:30 and it takes about half an hour to get from Charlotte to Gastonia. So if it's 6:16, I might actually go to get breakfast out of this. Okay, huge advantage of being as late as we are. I made the breakfast cutoff. Railroad French toast, baby. Also, I have to say, as a single person in this room, having a toilet here is really nice. Goodbye, Roomette. You've been good to me.
That's pretty.
Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, only one off and on. All right, cool. It's the least used station in North Carolina, so it's...
Yeah.
Very first thing I'm checking is the waiting room, which I'm wondering if it stayed open because we were so late. It did not. Okay. Station is open 2:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. Yeah, that's kind of when the trains here come. Well, we can look inside. There's one bench, there's water fountains, and there's a restroom. Pretty austere, but gets the job done. If a train is late, does it stay open? It should. I guess I don't know how that works. Okay, so besides the waiting room, there's not a ton else here. The building's decently nice, and they actually redid this platform, I think, very recently, like I think maybe this year, to make it accessible. There's a little parking lot, presumably free, I guess. I can't imagine having to pay to park at this weird little industrial area. And then I think this is a ramp to get out. Emergency exit only. Oh. No, it doesn't, it goes to the parking lot. Alright, well this is an emergency exit only apparently. Don't use this ramp. So I guess this here's the real exit next to the building. Here's another ramp. A little more parking here. Some accessible parking right next to the ramp. Gastonia, not much to it, but it's functional. Here's the board so you can see the schedule. Okay, maybe we can't. It's like, it is frosted over. Effective January 9th, 2018. Yeah, they changed the schedule since then. Gastonia trains arrive pretty late at night is the point. Oh, there's more parking here. And another, I assume, is this another emergency exit only? Let's find out. Ah, looks like this is not an emergency exit only. I was gonna break the rules, but I guess instead I'm just following them. So something else you might notice is that we're in the middle of an industrial wasteland, nowhere near downtown. That's because downtown they put the tracks in like a ditch so that there wouldn't be any level crossings, which is good for, you know, speeding trains and cars up, but it's bad because it means the station has to be out here. And it's like a 24-minute walk to downtown, which we will now embark on. Gastonia is the 14th least used station in the country, with 1,480 riders in 2019, equating to 4 people a day, which means, you know, it's one train each direction, so that means roughly, you know, 2 people per train, which fits with mine. There was another person that got off. As we walk away toward downtown, so I can try to make my express bus to Charlotte, thinking of a score, honestly, it's pretty good, you know? For what it is, it's decent. A couple of reasons why it's the least used, I would think. Number one, the trains only come at the dead of night, which is stinky. Number two, it only gets the Crescent. You're just getting, by default, less service here. And that probably won't change until we get, hopefully, a corridor route between Charlotte and Atlanta, which should hopefully happen. So maybe one day Gastonia will see higher ridership and trains at normal times of day, but for now, just kind of here in this industrial backlot. But for what it is, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good station. Like, it has an accessible platform, it has a waiting room that's open, supposedly when the trains come. I'm not sure what happens when they're late, but it's bare bones, but you kind of don't need much more than that. So I've become aware of the fact that, oh boy, I should not be walking on. There's no sidewalk. I've become aware of the fact that I'd have to walk quickly / run to get to downtown to make the express bus to Charlotte. And honestly, I feel like it'd be a little disingenuous to spend such a small amount of time in Gastonia, given that this is a Gastonia video anyway. So there's a weird coach bus that goes to Charlotte around noon. So I think I might hang out in Gastonia until then. We've reached this busier, wider street. I'm using my mask as kind of a scarf. It's sort of cold out. You've got the ice cream shop, and you've got the ice cream shop plant. The express bus to Charlotte is actually still here. I think I've committed to staying here. I wanna experience Gastonia. Here's the station. Hoping there'd be a schedule or something, but there doesn't appear to be. So, okay, I ended up hopping on a bus. All of the buses are free, so I think it's a pretty small system. I might try to ride every mile of every route, which we'll see, but that'd be a fun thing to do, right? This is the red line. Alright, so this is Dixie Village. There are 2 other routes that come here, and they all pulse from here. It's also a surprisingly nice, accessible bus shelter. Alright, on the brown line now. Alright, that was the brown line. Back at the station. Next we're going to be doing the blue line, which is a pure loop. Also, here's the massive trench that the tracks run in. But imagine how great it would be if there was a station like right here. Driver that out to help that old lady across the street. That's, you know, one of the nice things about a small town bus system. 3 out of 6 buses done with the blue line. I totally missed it, but that bus goes by Gastonia Science Museum too. Alright, now for the yellow line. Alright, we're back at Dixie Village, and we're gonna head over to the red line. That's the red line. Again, now we wait for the green line. Alright, oh well. That was the Green Line, which drops off at what the agency calls the Westfield Mall, what is actually called the East Ridge Mall. I don't have a ton of time until my Pink Line bus back, but I kind of want to walk through the mall because it seems like it's very dead. Also, gotta love how the bus drops you off way over there. When the entrance is here, you gotta walk through the parking lot. Alright, I mean, it's not dead, it's just pretty quiet. Not that the Green Line is particularly effective in directly serving the mall, but the Pink Line really doesn't serve it directly. So I gotta walk out to this main street and get it from a street stop. Something that's impressed me about Gastonia Transit is that they actually have bus stops. For a small system like this, it'd usually just be a flag system. So we're taking the Pink Line back. Sadly, this is just a portion of the Pink Line. I don't have time to do the full thing, so I have not technically completed the whole system. That's an impressively oversized load. But I wish there was a bus. The bus is here. That's the Gastonia transit system, every line of it, or at least a portion of every line of it. I have about 40 minutes until my bus back to Charlotte, so I'm gonna try to find lunch. It looks abandoned, but I had to take a selfie in front of this. It's this good looking Mexican place, but it's sit down. I don't have time for that. I just have to get food in Charlotte. I feel bad. I feel like I should be supporting Gastonia because I've used their free buses all day. Okay, Gastonia has a cat cafe. It's like a cat lounge, just cats. So if you like cats, it's cat. Back at the Gastonia Transit Center with no food. But I can reflect on the bus system, which is honestly decent. It's one of those ones where you're kind of looping around a lot. Like only a few of the routes are actually semi-direct, but even then a lot of them have deviations. But also, you know, Gastonia, it'd be tough to serve with like a straight line bus system. Like I understand why they have to loop so much. Most of my buses had, you know, at least 5 people per one way, sometimes as much as 10 or more. So it seems like it's pretty well used for a fairly, you know, minimal bus system. So now I'm going to be riding the Sunway Charters bus, which conveniently has its schedule here. Gastonia 12:10, Charlotte 12:50. I bought the ticket through Greyhound to get the, you know, the Greyhound points. 1 point. The Sunway bus is here. Time to go to Charlotte. Bye, Gastonia. It's been fun.
In the next video, I'll ride every mile of Charlotte's light rail system. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. Poor bitch.